Do you ever find yourself in a really ugly chess position because you played the opening completely wrong? Both games today, that's what happens to me, but I keep fighting because my opponents are only 900 rated. And I just want you to know that you can beat 900 rating too. Hi lads, I'm going to play the last two games from the 800 to 900 ELO rating range right now. Game 1, we've got the black pieces against somebody from Mexico, an 862, and this is going to be a Caro Kann. Caro Kann is playing c6 and d5 immediately after, no matter what move they play. So you can pre-move this. Now he has advanced, and there's two main ways to play when they advance the pawn. You can either play bishop f5, which is the way that all grandmasters play, or you can play a more exciting move, I think, c5. Now, there's only one variation with c5 that I don't like, but almost every other variation I really like. I don't like when they capture the pawn. I just find it kind of annoying. But if they do capture it, we're playing knight c6. If they don't capture it, we're probably playing knight c6 anyway. So getting our knight into the center, we're attacking this pawn 2 times. It's defended 2 times. So he's gone for the variation that I hate the most. And this is just an annoying one to deal with. However, because he's done this like slightly late, we're actually attacking this pawn and can take it. But if he had instead just taken immediately and we'd gone here to attack this pawn, he would have time to maybe defend or defend or defend the pawn here on e5. But now that he's taken a little bit later, he doesn't have time to defend this. So I'm just going to capture here on e5 with the knight. And so now we've both got a pawn and his are doubled. So that seems like a bit of a win for me. He's attacking my knight. It's not defended. So probably I could, develop my queen here and defend my knight. But I really don't like the square that this knight's on. So I'm wondering, is knight c6 slightly better? It attacks his bishop. Does my queen want to be on c7? I mean, recapturing here, hitting his queen, hitting here looks okay. It's probably okay. We'll go with queen c7, but I do think maybe knight c6, just pulling the knight back to safety, might be the way to play. Okay, and here, his bishop is defending the pawn, so we're going to either move e6 and attack the pawn 2 times, which he could defend here, or we can get our bishop out. Now, if I put my bishop here, he can take, we take, and he takes, and he actually wins 2 pieces. So I'm not a fan of that. So I'm actually going to put the bishop on f5 before I close off the pawn chain, because if I had gone e6 back here, then yes, I'm attacking this pawn, but my bishop's kind of stuck on the inside of these pawns. So now it's on the outside, we can attack here. So this is looking quite nice. Was he able to go here? I just have to pull back if I want to keep defending. See, this is why defending with the queen maybe is not the best, because if he can just get rid of my queen, then he can take this for free. Thankfully, right now, he can't get rid of my queen, and I actually can capture this pawn now because it's attacked twice and it's only defended once. So I'm going to take the pawn. So now we are up a clean pawn. He's attacked with his bishop, checking me. So this is a move I wanted to play anyway, is knight c6. Although coming here, he then can take this pawn, hitting my rook. That doesn't look fun. So maybe it's best to just move my king, which is kind of weird. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to move my king and try to keep this pawn from dying. A little strange. But this is what happens when you have positions like right out of the opening where they do a weird move and, you know, it's just sort of an odd sort of way of playing it. Okay, so we've got king f8. They've developed a knight, which means they've got all 4 pieces developed. They're playing pretty well. I still don't like that this piece is loose, meaning it's defended once, attacked once. So I think I'm just going to get rid of this guy because this bishop is very annoying. And now when he captures back or captures back or captures back, I can probably pull the knight back to c6. We'll see, though. We'll see what he does. But I didn't like that bishop. It was quite a powerful piece. And if I have two moves, I can maybe go knight e7, knight g6 and defend it. But probably just bringing it back to c6 is the way forwards. I'm also thinking about the move a6. And my opponent has disconnected. Hopefully they come back. And if they don't, we'll just jump into a game 2. Okay, it's looking like he's come back. And that's great to see. If I move my knight, he can still take this pawn. So I think I'm actually just going to go here so that I can actually move this knight. I just want to move it, you know. That's literally all I've been trying to do this game. And I just moved it in time because if I had waited and then he had played this, you know, then I'd be losing stuff. So this is good for me. I can come here and attack his queen. Take is fine. I could go here and attack this pawn 2 times, but it is defended twice and easily defended a 3rd time. I could also just come back to here, defending f6. I think just here, though, is probably best. I'm up a pawn and I want to trade, so it'll be nice to get a trade here. I think this looks good for us. Our bishop's really well placed on the outside of our pawns, and my knight's well placed on f6. The only thing that's not great in this position is my king isn't castled, but that shouldn't matter when we get a free queen. So I'm assuming he's probably going to resign here. Usually people resign when they lose their queen. Okay, he didn't. I'm going to grab this pawn because it's not defended, and I'll defend my bishop here that he was looking to maybe take and try to double my pawns. And now I can just, you know, check and win another pawn or something like that. I think a check here, he can block. Yeah, I'll start with this check because I'm attacking g2 and it can't really be defended unless he goes here. Okay, so he's blocked with the bishop. I think we can just come here, grab this pawn. But if I do grab it, he can take here, we take here. He does win a pawn there, but I'm winning a pawn here, so this is totally fine. This piece is pinned. I'd love to be able to apply pressure to the pinned piece, but I can't yet. So yeah, let's just grab on g2. And when you're up material, trades are fine. So even if he takes here and I take, you know, it's totally fine. Now, if he takes here now, I can win this. So this isn't even threatened anymore. So that is good. I think what I'll do is jump my knight in. No. Let's put a rook on c8 because it lines up against the king, and it means this piece isn't defended by a pawn. It is defended by the rook, but now I'm, you know, pinning this pawn, so this pawn can't move anywhere. So this might give us some target at some point. It's always good to line your rook up against your opponent's king. It's often the best square for the rook, so I really like that square. Okay, so he's come back, he's defending the knight here. I can just trade off material and then maintain this pin. If I take here and he takes with knight, then we win this guy. But yeah, honestly, I kind of think it's just good to just take material off the board. So let's just capture. Okay, and this pawn's free. So I could just grab this one, or no, we'll grab this one. We're looking at this pawn 2 times, and our knight can jump in here and look at it 3 times. So maybe I can sack the knight at some point. Okay, he's attacking my queen. So let's just move the queen. Keep it super active here. I think this square is good. And if this rook moves, we can go here, hitting the king and the rook here. So, you know, in the middle of your chess game, just try to pay attention to which pieces of your opponents are loose, meaning They are not defended or attacked. So this one is defended by the rook. So these are both defending each other. They're not loose. But if they were attacked once already, like let's say my knight was attacking one of them, then it would be a loose piece. Okay, my opponent abandoned, which makes a lot of sense. Let's jump into the review and then game 2. Okay, the review says we played with a 71% accuracy, so not the cleanest game. And this was just a very odd variation. And I defended with the queen, which was the mistake. I should have just brought the knight back. And you can kind of tell it was a mistake because you saw how like ugly this knight was for the start of the game. It just felt really awkward here, and the bishop was very powerful. So just pulling it back seemed like it should have been what I went for. And yeah, even capturing here, he could go here, and then I lose the knight. I didn't even see this. Yeah, and here if I try to hold on to the knight, then he wins the bishop. My queen was basically overloaded here. So yeah, here would have been fine. But if he takes here, I guess it's a trade of pieces because he has to either give up the bishop or give up the knight. But yeah, it was definitely an ugly opening. So we went to f8 and then just grabbed his pieces. And from this point on, the game was fairly simple. Traded down. Let's jump into game 2. All right, here we go. And if we win this game, we are at 900 elo. So that would be fantastic. We got the black pieces again, so we're going to go for another Caro Kann. E4 is the most common opening. So C6 and D5 is what we're going to go for every single game. He's brought his queen out early, which means maybe I can attack it. I'm going to think about attacking it. Can I develop my knight? He goes here and then I attack. I don't like that because he can push. So let's just take this pawn. Often if there's a pawn on e4 in the Caro Kann, you can just capture it. Okay, and now I'd love to play this move, but this pawn pushing is really annoying. So just to stop that, I'm going to play my pawn to e5, keeping his pawn from pushing. And now my knight can come to a good square. My bishop can develop and attack his queen. Now, because he's moved his queen early, that's a big disadvantage for him because it means I'm going to get extra development. I'm going to get free development. Actually, I was just realizing something. If I had gone here and he pushed, I might have had this move, checking the king and winning the pawn back, but I didn't see it. Okay, let's go here. And we're going to hopefully get that developing move in there. Bishop to g4. Yeah, this looks really good. Bishop g4. And that means I got a free move in. He's developed 3 pieces. And now he's moved his queen again, which means I'm going to catch up on the development. Even though I'm black, I'm able to catch up here. So he is attacking here. So let's develop and defend at the same time. I think this move looks fairly good. And maybe a slightly odd square. Okay, he's moved his knight twice, which means it's okay if I move my knight twice. But he's attacking this twice, which is annoying. So I'm just going to develop my queen. Okay, we'll do the queen. If he takes, we'll just take. And then he can't castle because my queen will be looking down there. And let's get castled ourselves. But first, we need to save this guy because he's attacking it twice. It's only defended once. So I think what we'll do is we'll just capture here. And can he capture here? I can go here and I'm capturing here. So that's just fine. I think he's going to capture with knight, which means he's able to develop. Slightly annoying. But this pawn is hanging. And how long has this pawn been hanging? It's been hanging ever since he went here to attack my bishop, which I had to defend. But maybe I could have actually just grabbed here. Anyway, he's captured with knight, so we can go here. He takes here, and I no longer have this move because the knight needs to defend there. So first what I'm going to do is castle, and hopefully we'll be able to go here soon. Now he might have this little trick of bishop h6, looking at checkmate. I wouldn't be able to move the pawn because he wins the rook. But I do have the move knight h5, hitting his queen, defending the pawn. And if he just attacks my knight, I could just take his bishop and he takes my knight. So it'd be totally equal. Also, he couldn't go here because the queen's looking at that square. Okay, now this pawn's still hanging, so I'm just going to grab it. And this looks good. He has to move his queen. I think this looks okay. And wherever he goes, maybe f5 is happening. Now, he might still want this at some point, so maybe he'll probably go here. If he does, I think f5 looks pretty good. Because where's his queen going? These are covered by the knight. This would be covered by the pawn. Okay, he just moves to the side, hitting my knight, which is not defended. So f5 looks good, but then he could go here. Maybe coming over here. He takes, I take with check, which means I don't have to defend this. It's maybe a little risky, but I'm going to go for it because it hits his queen. Now, I really need to get this knight on d8 or b8 developed. Probably the square will be d7. Although this rook's looking down this file, so these squares might be a little weaker. Maybe coming over here, looking to jump in up this way, might be the move. Okay, so he's just moved to attack again. I can simply defend with f6, but then he takes take. Not a big fan. I have too many hanging pieces right now. Like this bishop's not well defended. This is attacked twice, so just need to make sure we save him. If I go here, he takes with bishop, and then my pawns are doubled, but my rook's active. This one's isolated, so maybe just h6. If he takes, we take, he takes, we take, he takes here. So h6 if he takes, we take with the pawn first. I think that's fine. All right, let's go h6. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot that this knight was defending here. When he castled, he attacked this twice. This is really bad by me. Okay, well, let's just attack it. So we're hitting this 2 times, so he needs to defend. So he does. Let's try to attack the defender. Remove the defender, and then we win the piece. I'm not playing very good chess here today. I'm sorry. But hopefully you enjoy the Blunder Run. I'm trying to just make it more educational where I explain my thoughts. I'm not afraid of losing this game. I just need to be more focused when I play. Okay, we're going to remove the defender again. So his bishop can't look at the defense here. We're hitting this twice. Okay, here he's just attacking here twice. I'm going to simply capture that. And now I have to look for a way to save this rook because he's attacking it. Probably just come here. This bishop looks terrible. It's looking at a wall now. So I'm not really feeling too worried yet. I've still got a lot of pieces. There's a lot of counterplay. But yeah, we needed to defend that rook. And looks like we can get our knight in, attack some pieces here, attack some pieces here. Just take back with the rook. He's moving his queen in. All right, I really think getting this knight moved so that I have a checking square here would be nice. I think I'll come to g4. Looks like a good square. So now I have g5 available. And he's just blundered. So I can go queen g5, hitting the king. I guess he has this move. If he plays f4, we have to take with pawn. And then he could take here. So if he plays f4, we have to check first. He goes here. And then we just win a pawn. So that's all we're winning here is just a pawn. It's very easy for him to mess up here, though. If he moves his king, this is check. He blocks with the knight, and that's checkmate or checkmate with the rook. If he blocks with the knight, we just take it or take it with the queen. Yeah. Okay, he resigned. He resigned in a winning position, I believe. I'm pretty sure f4 is still winning for him. He just didn't see it. Yeah, he didn't see the move. Everything else is really bad for him. But yeah, f4, and his position's winning. So I was going to just take, and then probably just take here. And the position's like a 0.8 advantage there for my opponent. Well, there you go. 900 elo is not that difficult. You can still blunder like me. So if you are struggling to get to 900, do remember that your opponents don't see everything, and you can mess up really badly and still win games, because I messed this one up. Let's check the review real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. So the engine says we played with a 75% accuracy. We kind of blundered the whole opening, and then we came back. And this is generally what happens for me. I find it way easier to play higher rated opponents because they play actual theory. When my opponents play this weird stuff, you know, I don't know the theory, because there is no theory. And often I just get confused and mess stuff up. But yeah, taking here was definitely bad. I should have seen that this hit my bishop 2 times. I just didn't pay attention. I wanted to tempo his queen, which just wasn't great, was it? Yeah, my bishop was hanging. But thankfully we were able to play the rest of the game pretty well. And yeah, found some good ways back into the game. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye for now.